Yo, yo, yo. Once again, we're back. This is We're Just Some Messengers podcast, episode 85. Of course, I'm Mo,
I'm Mike.
and we are back, man. This is Do Work Media Sundays. We got my dog VP on the boards, of course. And we here again for another week. Some more madness going on. Mike, how you feeling?
Feeling good, man. Feeling real good. Feeling real good. Had a good week. You know, of course, it's blazing outside.
Of course,
August.
of course, man. So,
Just came out July. You know, it always rain in July.
right, so August gonna heat up, man. So, I tell you earlier was talking about your water bill, man. What's going on with that?
Oh, I had a water bill for the month of like June into July. So you remember when we caught that drought? We caught that drought at the end of May. So I was
Right.
watering my grass like every day from each side of the house.
Right.
So like I had got my bill for the end of July, and that shit was like 114. So I go in there and I asked them about like, yo, how my water bill so high? And then she circled the units. I guess like either you got a water leak or she's like, well, have you been watering your grass? Like, yeah, I've been watering. She's like, well, that's your answer right there. So I'm like, all right. So you ever got a bill that you've been so mad you just went ahead and just paid that shit?
Yeah, just get it out the way.
Just go ahead and get that shit out the way. 114. I ain't never heard of no shit like that. So this month right here, I get my water bill for last month. Shipment $54. Went down significantly. Go in there, pay it. She's like, yeah, so your total would be 43.50 something. I'm like, you sure? She's like, yeah. Well, apparently on your last bill you made an overpayment. So I was like, how do I make an overpayment? And I came in here and I double checked to make sure
Right.
that the total was right. She was just like, I don't know, maybe they miscalculated it. So I'm like, oh, so now I'm basically saying to myself, like, now I have to be on top of y'all about the pricing of my shit. Cause y'all can't get the shit right.
It's not my
Like,
job,
come on,
fam.
man.
It's not my
my
job.
job to be doing. I got to go outside to check my water meter and shit.
man.
And make sure that matches up with what I'm supposed to be charged for the month. Like, come on, man.
Hey, man. Sucks when you gotta do other people's job, man.
I gotta pay because certain counties you gotta pay sewer. Like, I gotta pay sewer. Like certain places don't gotta pay sewer.
Right.
So it didn't. Let me tell you how they get their money. So like even when I first moved into my crib, last year, they had some shit on my bill called like GB garbage or some shit like that. That shit was an extra $10 a month, but this shit drop off after the first year. It was just like they always be. I can't remember what it was for, but some standard shit that they have on your bill the first of the month, and then it drops off, which it did. But like I was like, damn, like they always find ways to either fuck up your shit or get extra money out of you, but. I ain't worrying about that.
Hey, man, that's the way.
Just as long as Dominion Energy keep that same energy that SCNG did. I ain't gonna have no complaints. I ain't had no complaints about them so far though.
All right, man. So let's get into some news that's going on, man. Jeffrey Epstein, the disgraced millionaire who was facing federal sex trafficking charges, died by suicide early Saturday. Law enforcement sources and the Bureau of Prisons confirmed to AB News said Epstein hanged himself. He was found unresponsive in a cell at Metropolitan Correctional Center in Lower Manhattan around 6:30 a.m. The Bureau of Prisons said he was transported to cardiac arrest at 6:39 to New York Downtown Hospital where he was pronounced dead. Epstein was set to stand trial next year for allegedly sexually abusing dozens of girls in New York and Florida. His death came less than 3 weeks after he was found unresponsive in a cell at the federal prison in Lower Manhattan with the marks on his neck that appeared to be self-inflicted. So,
I thought it was something else for some reason. I didn't know it was a hanging because they never really came out and said what it was unless I missed that part.
man, there's a lot coming out about this shit. So apparently, so he had this situation where I guess he tried to hurt himself a few weeks back.
And then they said he was going to be under security.
Now he was under suicide watch. Now with this situation, it get kind of like I can see how the conspiracy theorists have been going off because apparently like he had a free time window when he was by himself where he wasn't being watched. Apparently the guards, they were told to leave the premises, that hall that he was on, and I think he was gone. They were gone for like 3 hours, if I'm not mistaken. They were told by uppers to leave. So I'm not understanding.
Told by the uppers.
Yeah, I'm not understanding I'm not understanding how that works. So you on suicide watch yet
You were still able to kill yourself.
you still able to kill yourself, and the people who had one job, they only had one job. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They were told to leave.
So what are you thinking?
I mean, they tell me a suicide. The nigga, as long as the nigga dead, I don't really care. Like, you sexually assaulting girls, I don't really care what happens to you.
Yeah, a lot of people wanted him to live that out.
I really don't care. Like, he was going to die either way. So the way I look at it, he's gone. I just don't understand. I see the conspiracy theories. I see they angle on this shit because I've never heard of anyone being on suicide watch and then they just be left alone for that long of a time. So, it's just not adding up to me, man. I'm gonna have to keep doing my own, like,
They
deep
try to say
diving
it
on
was
this.
some more, like you said, some other powers that might have had something to do with that.
Yeah, apparently they didn't want him to stand trial because, I mean, from what I've been seeing, they didn't want him to stand trial due to the fact that, apparently, obviously, he's not the only one involved in this.
Oh,
So he
was the only one that got caught.
He's the only one that got caught. So you got to think he in that.
He was about to testify or something.
Yeah, he's going to testify. So he's in that millionaire circle. So you never know how ugly this can get. Like as far as names that can be brought up in trial. So of course, people saying, well, shit, it's either two things: either he's really not dead at all, or he's really dead, and the powers that be had him hit. So it's a lot going on with that situation.
They're saying R. Kelly might pull that shit next.
Yo,
Is that nigga missing for real?
No, he's in jail right now. But I just read an article that Double XL had released, and they were saying how his defendants, like, they kind of like shitting on him, but they really just telling the truth about the situation. So apparently they were saying how R. Kelly was he's like gravely depressed in there or whatever, and he has a quote. This is quoted that like one of his lawyers was like, he has a Bible in his cell. He can't read it, but it's just there for comfort. And I was like, why would y'all put that out there? Like,
It's just there for comfort.
he has a Bible in his cell. He can't read it.
Boondocks told us, bruh. They told.
Hey, but what's wild though? Like they had like all those. Did you see like all those old ladies and shit at the court hearing that he had? They look just like the Boondock scene, bro. And it was how they was saying like how people still gonna defend this nigga and all that.
Yeah, like back in like January, they had like because it was snowing and shit up there.
Yeah.
They had a whole bunch of
Yeah,
people out there like
whenever
men too now.
Whenever he has like a court hearing, like people like still supporting him. I want to know whose aunties are these, like whose aunties and grandmas are these, because that shit is ridiculous.
This man gonna have support until he
die.
He gonna have it after.
He gonna have it. Yeah, I'm saying he gonna have it after he died.
You gonna have people still saying that man was innocent after he died.
Either they gonna say he's innocent or they still gonna bump the music. Like a lot of celebrities still say they bump his music. Like
yeah, the brat say she separate the artist from the person.
I don't know, man. We've spoken about this thousands of times. I just can't get with it. Like I just can't, man. Like so,
I do feel like he would have tried to attempt suicide, like if he was to go under, like for this shit.
You think so?
He probably would. Like if he was to get like sentence like real heavy, like
right.
yeah, he probably would.
I mean, I don't know, man.
After that interview that he had at the beginning of the year, you know what I'm saying? That meltdown, that nigga will break down in prison, bro.
I'm fighting for my life.
And you still got them two girls who still be supporting that man.
Oh yeah, they ain't going nowhere. They riding.
I want to know how they getting money.
I honestly feel like R. Kelly got money like stash places, bro. Like I don't think this nigga is stupid as people think he is, bro. Like the whole not being able to read shit, I get it, but I get that. Like if he's illiterate, he's illiterate. But I think that when it comes to that money shit, he know that money is like something that he needs to survive. I don't think he just like flat broke. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think that he got money stash places. Like the nigga can't read, that's cool. But like all the other shit about him just being like poor, I don't believe that at all. Like he's too mischievous to just be poor, bro.
I mean, he might got some liquid cash stashed somewhere, man. I don't know, but like you said, yeah,
Jeffrey Epstein, he's going, so ain't too much to. I'm not surprised. He ain't been the first. He won't be the last. That's all I got to say about that shit.
Yeah,
But
you're
all
right.
it's gonna be continuous conspiracy theories behind that shit.
You're right. It's definitely going to be another millionaire get caught up in the sauce of this whole thing, and it's going to probably be a similar outcome. Like unfortunately, like I don't want these type of things to happen, but you need shit like this to happen. Like it's the exposal of this shit. Like you know what I'm saying. Like I'm with that shit happening, but I want it to be like a full like. I want it to where like these people actually come into court and exposing the rest of the shit. You know what I'm trying to say? Like I don't want it to end like how it ended for Epstein. I wanted him to go to court and hey, it's bigger than me.
How long was he in jail?
He only been in jail for a couple months. Like he just got arrested. Like I think at the start of the summer, if I'm not mistaken.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They moved swiftly to get him out the paint. So yeah, moving on, man. This week, we had a lot of rap lists being published about who's the top this and top that, and we had people putting their list on graph paper. Shout out Mike Tyson. That was hilarious to me. But
I just realized that when you said that shit. That shit was on graph paper.
That nigga put that shit on graph paper, bruh. That nigga was trying to find some correlations out here. But
man, some good handwriting too.
Yeah. Hey man, but overall, Mike, how you feel about all these rap lists that were put out, man? And do you feel like
yeah, niggas
do you
trying
feel
to
like
be
niggas
purist,
was
man.
like do you feel like
This
do you feel
one
like there was
nigga
some
had a
elitism
long-ass-
going on?
Yeah, man. It's a lot of elitism be going on when it comes to these lists. You got niggas, especially like Wu-Tang fans, like niggas swear everybody in Wu-Tang damn near top 5, top 10 is like, come on, fam. Like everybody's not top
and it's
tier
cool.
rappers, and
It's cool if they're not top 10. Like you know what I'm saying? They the greatest group ever. Like rap wise,
like this one nigga had the one you sent me the caption when he was like, "Oh, Eminem, Lil Wayne, Kendrick, J. Cole don't deserve to be in the top 50 unless Interscope paid you to put them there or some shit like that." Like, what is that? What is that?
I don't know, man. We'd have to ask him about that, man. He's actually very, very, very active on social media. We have to ask him about that. But I mean, a lot of people
talking about who he said was the most. Oh, this man talking about who he said Rakim is the most influential
as far as. I mean, we kind of spoke about that last week too, though.
Can't argue that. Then he brought up Jay Don't talk to me about Jay Electronica, fam.
You not feeling Jay
no,
Electronica, bro?
No, he's a dope rapper, but like overall, if you're gonna do an unbiased list, like how is Jay Electronica up there? Based off of what it like, and then a lot of people didn't establish a criteria. Like, okay, so like, what are you basing this off of? So like, me personally, when I did mine, I based mine off of your ability, your impact on the game, and your consistency within your discography. So even if you want to just base it off of that, like where does Jay Electronica fall on there? Like where would you put him? I mean, I know he's done underground shit.
Yeah, he got a lot of underground works, and he has like a few aliases that he's released music under.
Niggas, you know what it is? Niggas be trying to put less successful rappers up a tier to make it seem like they pure. It's like this one nigga gonna have Pharoah Monk ranked number 4. Pharoah Monk can't be ranked number 4 even on a straight rappers list. And I listen to Pharoah Monk like, nah, dog. Like, how you gonna have him all the way at 4 and you got Tupac at 37?
Yeah, that was wild.
You see what I'm saying? Like, niggas be doing too much. Like, you being extra, bro. Like, niggas be putting Pac way down on the list, be putting Wayne way down on the list. Like, you can't name 36 rappers better than Tupac.
I even saw somebody have Drake at, like, in the lower 40s, and I was like, all right, now, like, come on now. Like,
I seen Drake, like, at 49.
Huh?
I saw Drake on one list at 49,
I ain't
50.
the biggest Drake fan, but I ain't gonna hold that man like that now. Like, come on now. Like, come on. Like,
I ain't seen Ross on no 50s.
And that's crazy to me,
I seen Ross on 050. That's the one I really wanted to talk about. Like, them, like...
Yeah, let's talk about that because, you know, Ross just released Port Miami 2 this week, but we're going to get into that. But I feel like a lot of people have been slighting Rick Ross when these lists came out. And I wanted to wait to talk about that. So why do you feel like people not putting them in their top 50?
I don't understand how you can have somebody like no disrespect, like you have Big L on your top 20, top 25, but you don't even have Rick Ross on the top 50. Like I get it, he died early. He gave us one album, and it wasn't as impactful as the work that he's given us. Like at some point, you have to acknowledge that. Like it's unfortunate, but you have to acknowledge that.
At that point, I feel like the people just reaching that potential at that point.
Yeah,
like,
because Big L, even if he dropped one, like Big gave us two, but his impact wasn't as big as Biggie's.
Right.
That's just a fact. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And I don't understand how you can have that man up there. And I was having a conversation with Toon about this. And he was like, well, he was going to do his straight off of rapping. And he talking about, like, example, Black Thought. So I get it. Black Thought is arguably one of the best rappers. But I'm not putting him top 10, top 15. Like, what body of work do you have besides the Roots? He doesn't have a solo project.
He got a few EPs. It's not like no like full length albums, but I do get what you're saying as far as like as far as Black Thought being top 10.
Like if you're gonna do a real list, like everybody gonna have their own criteria, but if you're gonna be real about it, you have to factor in more than just rappability.
Right.
You have to. It's only right. So how can you have Black Thought top 10, top 5, top 15? With no real body work, just like Andre 3000. Like, if I'm going to put, like, I put Andre 3000 like 22, 23, but I had Big Boy right there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to have, you have people have Andre 3006, but you had Big Boy all the way down in like 30.
Yeah, and that's wildly disrespectful to me too. All right, so let me before you continue on with your Andre 3000 point, I feel like when it comes to Andre and like Black Thought, like I think it's like a missing criteria that people they're not accounting for, and I think it's for like peer respect. Like they both respected in the industry as far as like being elite lyricists or whatever, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think when you look at the overall like spectrum of rap, do they measure up to be like top 10, top 20 worthy?
That's what I'm saying. Like, if we talking about the full package,
yeah,
no, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't do it because, like, at the end of the day, where does your disco has to play some type of
right? Because
it has to play into a factor.
I've heard a few artists say that Black Thought is like their favorite rapper. Period.
Yeah,
like,
Wale has said it. I've heard him say it. Like,
but like when you look at the overall like thing. Like, can you really put Black Thought in the top 10? And it's not a knock at Black Thought. Like, I have immense respect for him as an artist. But can you put him top 10? So, like, what was you like?
Like on my personal, like, I wouldn't have Nas in my top 10, but if I'm recognizing I would have to put him up there.
Right.
It's on like I have to. You see what I'm saying? It's plenty of dope rappers, but where your staple of work? Like we had this conversation before about people who could just rap,
right?
But like you can't make good music. You see what I'm saying? Or you just don't have no albums, period. So how can I put you up there and you don't have no body of work to judge it off of?
But can you, all right, in saying that,
I feel like you should have a separate, if you're going to do, like, as far as, like, the group thing, like, I feel like you have to have a separate list as far as that. Arguably, of course, Outkast would be one of the greatest. Them and Wu-Tang is like a toss-up.
Right. So, like, in saying that, can you also say the fact that they don't have albums and they still revered that highly? Would that be enough reason to put them top 10? Because like when
it goes back to your criteria, like
yeah,
it would have to go back to that.
When I hear
like when you doing your list, what's your bullet points? If you was to do one
overall, like impact, of course, discography. Like what did they bring something new? You know what I'm saying? Did they bring something new, or did they have like that would go into impact too? Like did they introduce like a new wave or whatever? That's about it. Honestly, I don't like to make it like too complex. I just like to keep it like clear cut. It simple. So
it don't gotta be a breakdown of literally everything. Like I just kept it simple.
When I go back to Jay Electronica, like a lot of people like they hold like those Exhibit A and B and C. Like a lot of people say those like some of the best songs of rap that ever come out. So like when like yeah, and you know they dope songs to me, but I've like a lot of people don't really even know those songs. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Do you hold that against him?
I don't know, bro. I just like with age,
just me saying that about those.
No,
songs,
just being real. Like that's what I'm saying. Like you would have to. It depends on what. It goes back to your criteria. Just like with AZ. AZ didn't give the game nothing after the firm.
Yeah, the Do or Die album. Yeah,
He been putting out. He's still been putting out music in between time, but like
they're not.
nope.
They like
It's not like impactful. Like
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Nas was able to be impactful outside the firm.
He was impactful before the firm.
Before exactly. Yeah. So before, after, and so you have to factor that in. It's only fair. Like so for me to see all these lists and I see like certain people who've been consistent within their discography not on there, like that's wild to me. Like
or like ranked lower, not ranked at all. Like Ross should be in niggas top 50, bro.
How do you have Nicki Minaj and Remy Ma ranked ahead of Lil Wayne?
Like
you see what I'm saying? Like
no, real talk, and it's not a knock at Remy Ma. How is she a top 50
She's
rapper
not a
all
top
time?
50 rapper. She's not.
Can someone answer this for me?
No, dog.
Am
And
I
like
wrong?
she's not. No. Like she would probably be is she 100? 90 to 100 maybe? 80? I don't know.
I wouldn't argue like whatever happens after 50, but like when I'm looking
not top 50.
I'm looking at top 50 like how I'm looking at top 50 NBA all time. And
it's
I say they need to revise that too. So it's like I can't put her in top 50. Like
I felt like certain it got to a point where certain people was just naming people just cause. Like shout out to Dale. Dale gonna tell me Killer Mike is a better rapper than Mace.
That nigga bugging. I saw one nigga had Chino XL in their top 50. Now I was like,
no,
bruh,
he shouldn't be. He's not top 100, bruh.
Like what we talking about now, man? Like come on, bro.
Don't disrespect Mace like that. Mace got a classic in
don't,
Harlem
don't
World.
disrespect Tupac and put Chino XL in the top 50 in the same.
Niggas gonna have the DOC ahead of Pop on that same.
Why is the DL? No, I saw the DOC. I saw MC8 in the top 50 all time. I'm like, bro, what's going on now? Like, are we just pulling names out of hat now?
Niggas trying to act like they purists, bro. That's what I'm telling you.
Is this like, Meg, are we wrong? Are we wrong? Like, I felt like at one point, like niggas was like, all right, let's be.
A lot of that shit was now. A lot of that shit. I felt like they place people in certain places for shock value. You get what I'm saying? Like they be like, oh my god, how can you have such a? Some niggas actually believe that shit.
Nah, niggas do be believing that shit, man.
What's the Joe Budden pick? Shock value?
Definitely.
Hey, Joe Budden.
That was a shock value pick. That definitely was gonna go viral because he's the butt of every joke. So like, if you put him, people eyes are automatically gonna gleam up.
But you know what's crazy? I saw a few niggas agreeing with that though.
Nah.
Like, they was like dead ass serious. Like they was like, yo, like. Y'all didn't go listen to Joe. Like Joe really that nigga. Like for real.
I think niggas say shit just to go against the grain.
No, I inboxed a nigga like personally. Like bro, you really feel
he
like that? He was like,
three.
yeah, like yeah. I'm a Budden fan. Like I was like, oh, all right. Like, I ain't even about to,
Top 3 based off of what?
I don't know those mood musics. Man.
Them shits is fire, but like, nah, dog.
It was like 8 of them, right? Like 7 or 8 of them. Shits?
I don't think it's that much.
I know, man. But yeah, man, these lists kind of got like social media in a frenzy because I saw like top 50 R&B, I saw top 50 porn star list. Like I saw like niggas just started listing all kind of. I think niggas just wanted the right names at that point, like, and that's dangerous too. Like, is this like a name writing exercise? Like that can be taken another way. Like where we going at now? Like we just want the right names on paper now. Like that shit. Like that shit started to get like. Kind of crazy to me, man. Like I had to like try to like mute these lists.
I feel like, and another thing I said on Twitter, I felt like niggas refuse to put anybody post 05 in a top 10 or top 15 list.
Yeah, let's talk about that too.
Over anybody from like 80 to like late 90s, bro. They refuse to do it. It's like, oh my god, you got Cole over Nas. I'm like
if you used to put Cole, I wouldn't even say top 10. If you used to put Cole. In a top 15 or a top 20, niggas would be like, why is Cole
or Ross or Jeezy?
Yeah, or Ross or Jeezy, and they'd be like,
I got Jeezy top 10.
Why would you put them there? And it's like, nigga, like, listen to they fucking, like, they work, bro. Like,
and look at their impact on the game. Like,
ain't not that hard. Like, you know, so you don't really got to be a major fan of these artists, but you got to put some respect on the work that they put in. And they really are, like, you know, like gifted like lyricists.
That'd be the other thing too. Like a lot of them be underestimating like they lyrical ability. Like Cameron,
right.
like not only Cameron was impactful and a trendsetter, like he can actually
Cam had
rap.
bars.
Yeah, he can actually rap.
Yeah.
And he had classic albums along with being with Dipset.
And impact.
So you have to factor that in. It's like, come on, dog. Like, what are we even talking about? Don't tell me MC8 is better than Cameron. I'm not hearing that shit.
No
Or
disrespect to
Jeezy.
MC8 and the DLC, but like, come on, like,
Dog, I don't want to hear no DLC shouldn't be in nobody's top 25.
like, what's
Nobody's.
going on here,
Nobody's.
man? Like,
Nobody's.
Are we tripping? Like that should have me. Like I was like, bro, what's going
I'm
on?
not putting the
Like,
DOC in no top 25,
like
man.
the formula, nigga. Like what we
No.
doing, bro? Like come on, y'all. Like,
There was
y'all-
hold on, bro. There was another one I had seen. Matter of fact, while I'm finding that shit, I think you had sent me that shit. Let me see if I can go back to that. That shit was wild. Oh, this is the Mike Tyson one on the bar chart.
Mike Tyson put his list on graph paper, bro. That was crazy to me, bro.
I would even have noticed that if you ain't had tell me about that shit. Hold on, where's that shit at? Let me see. Yeah, I know I sent you that shit.
What you looking up?
I'm trying to find that caption, the one with that saying, oh, the one the megapolisis dude or whatever.
Right.
I just had one to read the caption. So there's only 5 female rappers who belong on the top 100 list, but none qualify for top 25. Rakim is the best rapper of all time in terms of influence. He even influenced rappers that don't even know who Rakim is. Jay Electronica has 30 plus songs, never show lyrical weakness ever. Him not having an album is irrelevant. An album is a social construct. That's the one I wanted to talk about. So if you since when is not having an album not like
Hold on, he said an album is a social construct.
yeah, he said him not having an album is irrelevant. An album is a social construct.
Man,
So niggas could just rap now and
that's
not
some new
and not
shit,
have
man.
albums. That's
That's
what I'm
some-
saying, bro. So like niggas could just have just not have albums.
At the end of the day, there's still an art. At the end of the day, an album is is a work of art. So it's like
Yeah. And I'm not even doing the separating the just strictly no. Were you one of the best when the shit was going on, point blank period, in terms of everything? Like, were you the top dog at any particular time or recognized as one of the best at what you was doing? Like, simple.
if I can't say that about you, then I can't. You know,
Another nigga I didn't see in the top 50 was Wale. I put Wale top 50.
what tier would you put him in? Like as far as like listing wise,
Like 35 to 40. That seems reasonable.
I'd have honestly, when you say that now, I really want to sit down and do my own. Now, I would put Wale top 50. I wouldn't argue that.
That man say he's one of the greatest.
Did you? All right. I saw a lot of people talking down on LL Cool J, and I wanted to know like why people feel like LL wouldn't be deserving to be top 50 all the
He's
time.
definitely top 50. I put him like at 31, 32. He didn't make top 30 for me. I put him like somewhere in between there.
I saw people saying he's not top 50 at all.
No, he's definitely top 50.
like,
Like,
bro's one of the, like he was one of them like in the same classes like Rakim and all too. Like as far as impact, influence, bodies of work. Like his first
yeah, he got a
albums-
couple of classics.
his first albums took off, and like his like that run he had from like 96 to like 99 2000. That was
Oh, I thought his run was over before that.
no, he had a good run around that time. Like
96 to 99?
yeah, it wasn't like a every album was platinum, but he was still like he was still relevant, and then people had counted him out around that time.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
he's still
No, I'll put LL up there. I'll put him up there. Where'd you put Snoop at? I didn't see a lot of people had Snoop top. I thought he would have been an easily top 25 pick.
he top 25. He top 25. I don't know where I would put him. That's what I'm saying. Like now that we talking about like that, I really would need to sit down and do my own.
You saw a little Dirk list?
We're not even gonna waste no time on that.
Tax?
Yeah,
Bruh,
we-
Tax said Chance the Rapper.
Yeah, Tax disappointed.
Dog.
Tax disappointed me, man. I think Tax Tone just was bored when he did his list because this nigga had Chance the Rapper top 50 all time.
Kodak.
That wasn't 50. It was like
He
20,
named like 20
it was
something.
like 20 something. This nigga had Chance the Rapper and Kodak in top. Like, and
Didn't
I love
name-
Kodak Black.
Didn't
but
name no Pac at all. None of that shit. Name Nicki. That's crazy, bro.
Niggas need to quit this underhanded Pac like hate that they got.
Yeah.
Bro. Like honestly, bro, I ain't going for that shit no more because it's like it's like, come on, bro. Like the man dead. You know what I'm saying? Like he's
No,
not-
and he can. Niggas try to act like he wasn't a like. Niggas saying he wasn't a rapper like that. Yo, yes, he was, bro. The nigga was a true poet. What are you talking about? Like that nigga had bars.
I don't get like
I don't know when that shit
be
started.
Underhanded. It be underhanded until people see somebody do blatant disrespect, and now they want to come out with the disrespect, and it's like, bro, like y'all not even confident in y'all own slander towards this man. That let me know that y'all not really even meaning this shit. Y'all, it's like y'all just doing it for the trend. You know what I'm saying? Like enough is enough, guys. Like cut the shit out. Just cut it out.
The dog said he had to get that Radio Raheem list out of here, innit?
Yeah, niggas on some Radio Raheem shit, man. Love and hate rings. Like niggas tripping. Like niggas tripping. MC like nah, man. Niggas tripping. Like big time.
Yo,
So-
I didn't have this on here, but you gotta watch that Meek Mill documentary, Free Meek.
Is that on what's it on? Amazon?
Yeah, it's on Amazon Prime.
All right.
That shit is fire, bro. Like it really broke down like his whole lifeline, like within the system and shit
Right.
like that. And it actually was like counting the days that he was within it. Like that shit was real good. Real
I'ma check that
good.
shit out.
Even had like actual footage from like when he first got locked up, like
Mm-hmm.
around 2014, 12, and all the rest of it was like reenactments and stuff like that. But it was real good, just touching on like that judge was really just giving it to Meek for no reason, bruh. Like no reason at all.
I'm glad he came.
And the
from
way, like, even like with when his probation, like for them, because from the gun charge, the cops said that he drew the gun out on them and stuff like that, and he got his ass beat pretty
They
bad.
beat him up.
So like when he was facing like up to like 10 years, but instead she gave him like 19 to 23 months or something like that, 11 to 23 months or something like that,
then it
and
was
10 years
10
probation.
years.
So it made it seem like she was giving him a break. But like every time like something would happen,
Yeah.
like she would just add on,
That's
add
how,
on,
no,
add
that's,
on,
that's
add
how
on.
they keep you in there. That's how they keep you in there, man. Because then like it's certain like stipulations with that shit. Is like
Travel
any-
violations.
any police interaction like it could be grounds for being arrested.
Going to jail.
Any police interaction, and that's wild. Period. So you mean to tell me, it's like some shit could happen, and I'm trying to help somebody. You know what I'm saying? And police are involved, and I can go to jail based off me being a good Samaritan. That's crazy. Like that's crazy. Like I'm-
Even with this last situation, like you had his probation officers in the courtroom telling the judge like don't send him to jail. He's been real good on probation. Like the charges that had got dropped at the airport,
Right.
and the one with the when him popping the wheelie and shit like that. Like all that
Right.
shit got dropped, and she
Mhm.
still
The
sent
judge-
this
yeah,
man to
the
jail.
court-
That
yeah, the
last
court,
time,
yeah. Mhm.
still sent his ass to jail. So
yeah, she had some personal shit going on, man.
yeah, of course she gonna deny it, all this and the third. But like it was real ugly in the terms that she was black too. So like the fact that you a black judge and you was keeping this black man who was obviously doing something good for his community, giving back, like you just holding this man back for nothing, for whatever personal vendetta that you had against him. Like I encourage people to check out that Free Meek documentary. It's real good.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Meat Mill for coming from under that, man, and hopefully, he stay on the straight and narrow path.
They even touched on when he got signed to MMG.
Word.
When Ross
Yeah,
picked him
I want
up.
to check that out now for
When
real.
he was dropping the Flamers mixtapes, like that shit was wild. That had seemed like yesterday. Like I remember when Flamers 2 had dropped.
Yeah, I remember when all that shit dropped. Honestly, that's when he was on Grand Hustle.
Mm-hmm.
But
They ain't really, I really thought they would have touched on that too, but they didn't really touch on that too much.
what the
When
Grand
he
Hustle
signed with
song?
Grand Hustle, yeah.
Right. I'm gonna check that out, man. Shout out to Meek Mill. So moving on, man. Let's talk about Mike Posner, man. Mike Posner has been walking across America since mid-April and releasing music along the way. At miles 16, 1,632 of 2800. He had a near-death experience after getting bit by a rattlesnake,
Venom.
and now he's rehabbing to try to learn how to walk again. This is new to me because I didn't know anything about, usually like when people do like these like cross country hikes, like that's usually like gets all kind of press and coverage, like,
And they come prepared.
yeah, I didn't know about any of this shit until the snake bite situation happened. And like apparently like from looking at it, like he down bad, like, you know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Like,
he made it to the hospital just in time to get the anti-venom, like,
like,
shit.
he was gonna
like,
die.
yeah, you have a certain, I don't know what the time window is. So like if you get bit by a venomous snake, you have until, I want to say like 15, 20 minutes
Damn,
before
so
the
he-
like shit
he
like
just
really,
made it.
yeah, like, for the like
Start
shit
shutting down your organs and shit
like
that.
really get into your bloodstream and really start. Yeah, them shits ain't no joke. So like before that shit really get in your bloodstream and start fucking, cause once it gets your heart, that's it.
Right.
That's a wrap. So yeah, he made it there just in time for that shit to happen. I remember because R.I.P. to Steve Irwin. I remember when he got shot. You got snakes who shoot the venom too,
Right.
and they aim for your
Yeah,
eyes.
they go for the eyes.
So like if he didn't make it to the local trial within a certain time, he would have went
Yeah.
blind and shit. So
I
I'm
remember
like-
that. I remember those because he had a few venomous experiences on the show. Shout out, rest in peace, Steve Irwin, man.
But yeah, Mike
Um,
Posner, he made it to the hospital just in time for that shit, bro. Like, yeah.
So he tweeted, he was like, from walking 24 miles per day to using this walker to get to the bathroom, I'm on my way back, going to rebuild with patience. This is crazy. Like, I didn't.
What was his purpose of walking across the country?
Apparently he was doing this as like a sort of a fundraiser, and at the same time, throughout raising these funds, he's dropping music in between time. So it's basically he's raising money and still providing music for his fan base. And this shit happened like damn near halfway through. Like, it's like I didn't know anything because like I said, like usually when people do these like cross country shit, like they get all kind of press and coverage. So like, you would have thought, people would have been talking about this, but of course people don't talk about it until you damn near die or some shit. Like that's just a crazy. That's like a crazy, like,
Getting bit by a rattlesnake is crazy, bro. Like,
how you don't see, like, I'm not even trying to make this like any type of like joke, but how you don't
yeah,
see
you usually hear them. You
That's
usually
what I'm
hear them
saying,
if you're
like-
getting close to them because they start rattling for
they
defense.
rattle, yeah, they don't want to bite you. So the biting for a rattlesnake is
Yeah,
all right.
okay.
All right. So he was writing bars in his head, and the bars were so heavy that he didn't hear the rattle was like, oh, I'm going off. All right. All right. All right, man. All right. Thanks, VP. With all that being said, we wish VP. I mean, I'm sorry.
Just said VP.
We wish
dog
Mike, we wish Mike Posner a strong and healthy recovery, man.
VP, I hope you don't get bit by no snakes out here.
Yeah, that, you know I didn't mean that like that. Yeah,
Them cotton
let's
mouse,
talk
man.
about that,
They got
Vaughn.
cotton mouse down
Let's
here.
talk about that because there's definitely snakes around here. Let's get into that. That's gonna go over heads. So, moving on, man. Young Thug is set to drop his new album next week. Entirely executively produced by J. Cole. So Much Fun is the name of the album. The Atlanta rap artist gave fans an update on the new offering via Instagram. In the post, he shared the cover art. He says it's coming out on the 16th. So far, we got the London track, which is going off. That's charted high for him. That had J. Cole and Travis Scott on there. Overall, what you think about it, Mike? What you think is coming from this album?
I mean, I think it'd be another solid project from him. Depending on the track, has he dropped the track list yet?
No track list came out yet.
So depending on the length of it, I anticipate another pretty good. He usually drop pretty good music, so. Yeah,
On the
next,
16th.
yes, that'd be next Friday. Shit, I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't seen anybody else.
I think Wale's supposed to be coming. Either 23rd or 31st, one of the two.
Also,
could be wrong.
while we talk about Young Thug, him, Lil Baby, and Future and Gunna have also confirmed Super Slimy 2.
Yeah, I can't really speak on that. How you feel about that?
The first one was alright. They about to do this four artist thing. I can't go into it with any expectations. That's an honest assessment. I didn't really like I wasn't really a fan of the first one, to be real with you.
Oh, you wasn't?
Nah, I really wasn't. Like, I saw people caping for it, but I really wasn't a big fan. Like, it didn't really do anything for me. That's around the time when I felt like Future was dropping the same song. Like, he got kind of punch drunk on those Metro beats. Remember, I've been saying this. I was like, he kind of got like.
I don't know why I thought you had like Super Slimy for some reason.
Nah, that was Kurt. That was Kurt caping
Yeah,
for Super Slimy.
Kurt. Oh, yeah, that was Kurt. That definitely was.
Yeah, I didn't really like Super Slimy like that, but shout out to all four of them, man. Hopefully they give us a good project on that. And moving forward, man, we about to deep dive into Port of Miami too, man. It's time. Let's get into this shit, man. Overall, Mike,
I think now that I listened to this album over, Act the Fool ain't really that bad, man.
It's not that bad to open the album up.
That shit kind of growing on me. Yeah, but overall though, that album flowed together real good. Like
what you rating this album?
But it's like it flows together real good, but I wouldn't say it's one of his best albums.
Where you putting this at?
Probably like in the middle somewhere. But it flows together real good. Like from like 1 through honestly, let me see. So from about like from Turnpike Ike all the way through is pretty much good. The only thing I don't like about the album is Someone Walk on Summer Rain with that SWV sample. Cause I kind of felt like if you was gonna have SWV vocals playing on it,
you should have went back and got them. You should have got them on.
Nah, I'm just saying if you're gonna have somebody harmonize with it, you know, I kind of felt like he could have got somebody better. That's just my opinion. I just didn't like how it didn't mesh. Or you could have just had them on it solo.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You could have just had SWV vocals on it, you know, solo by itself and shit like that. But overall, it's real good. Like, remember last week I told you about that Vegas residency stretch through Gold Roses?
Yeah.
Like, how that could be one of the best stretches on the album. That shit lived up to it.
So let me just run through the track list. Act the Fool, that was pretty cool. I didn't really have no gripes with that. Turnpike Ike was talking that shit on there. I love that song. Nobody's Favorite. I like that beat on there.
Niggas overhyping Gunplay verse on that, but you know.
You think they kind of overhyping that?
They overhyping.
He's rapping better.
That verse.
He's definitely rapping better. I think what it is.
Niggas overhyping that.
I think what it is with Gunplay, we don't really see Gunplay on big stages like that. So when we do see him there, you want him to do good so bad that you just want to put it up there. But this definitely was not one of his best verses at all. It was a good song though, but overall, like I feel what you're saying. Like the Gunplay verse was kind of overhyped. Summer Rain, we was talking about that. White Lines, that was pretty dope. Him and Dave, they always do good songs together. Big Time, that was cool. I wouldn't say that's like a favorite of mine on the song, but it flows well on the album. Bogus Charms, I feel like more people should be talking about the Meek Mill verse than the Gunplay verse.
Yeah, Bogus Charms is real good.
I like that song. Rich Nigga Lifestyle, rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle, of course. He did his thing on there. Tiana, she did her thing. Born to Kill with Jeezy, they did their thing on there. Good to see them collab on a major album. Fascinated, that's one of my favorites on this album. That's one of my favorite songs. I Still Pray. I saw people like slandering Lucci verse. I actually like Lucci.
No, that song was real good.
I like this song. Ball Greasy did his thing too. He did his thing on that verse. Shout out to Ball Greasy and YFN and Lucci. Running the Streets with A Boogie. That was a good song too. I like that song. Of course, we just talked about
Running the Streets was real good. Denzel Curry did his thing.
Yeah, he did his thing on that.
He
song.
had one of the most best verses on the album.
Out of all his features, like I'd put his he had one of the top feature verses. You're right. Of course, we're talking about 13 through 15 Vegas residency.
That's the best track.
Maybach, that is the best track. Maybach Music 6 and Gold Roses. That's a crazy.
They was saying Maybach Music 6 the worst one. I'm like, nah, y'all niggas is tripping. First of all, that beat is one of the best.
out of the Maybachs. Like behind 2, I put it behind 2. Like that beat is crazy.
Yeah, matter of fact, I'm gonna go back and run back all the Maybach musics tonight. I'm about to go home and clean up, do my. Yeah, it is. It is. You really can't go wrong with them. It's like picking your favorite child.
Yeah. You know, all them was they shit. Ross, Wayne did his thing, John Legend, and of course, you know, Pusha got left off.
Let's talk about that. All right, so of course, what was that? Friday night, Maybach Music, 12 o'clock. Port of Miami 2 comes out. Me and Mike already discussed this. Oh shit, my bad, y'all. My bad. Port of Miami 2 drops. Me and Mike already discussed. We're not even gonna listen to the whole album first. We're just gonna go to Maybach Music 6 and see what happens based off, Ross's statements on Instagram saying what he said about having Pusha and Wayne on the same song. Now, to my surprise and disappointment,
You want to play? You want to play what Ross had said?
Yeah, go ahead. You got it up?
Yeah, I got it. All right, so this is what Ross said about why Pusha wasn't on the Maybach.
Came out, it's just Wayne. The Pusha verse is not on it. Can you give us the scoop on what happened? Because Pusha's people tweeted and said that they had cleared the verse. Can you fill us in on what happened?
What's so dope about it is both verses were cleared from both parties.
Okay.
But like I said, it was more about the bigger picture. Is this going to move them two getting together, closer? And I'm going to take the charge for that. I didn't feel like this was the time for that.
So you originally did, and then you thought better of it.
Oh, no, I got the record done.
Okay.
I got Wayne verse first, and I got Push verse. I wanted to bring them together either way, or at least spark that conversation, because it's going to come. And I feel like next year I'm going to be a part of that when that Drake, Wayne, Pusha, Kanye record come together. I'm saying it here first.
You think that's going to happen?
Why wouldn't it?
With all 4 of them?
Why wouldn't it? It's for the game.
When the album came out.
So, what do you think? Now, during Ross' press run throughout the week, it was completely different. It was completely different. Like, oh, you're gonna laugh at this and da da da. Like, So I really was expecting Pusha on it. Which, by the way, he killed that shit.
So, all right. So back to what I was saying. So, Port Miami 2 drops midnight. That's the first song I go to. I didn't listen to the whole album first. I went to Maybach Music 6 specifically to hear this song. And to my surprise and disappointment, Pusha T did not make the cut.
Man, when I started getting to about 1:30, when that shit was counting down, getting about 1:30, I said, man, this nigga ain't on
I was like,
here,
dog,
man.
Wayne rapping too long. This song not even that long. Like,
That's what I'm saying. Like,
so
then I saw the link on Twitter for him. Hit the link, Audio Mac, pull up.
So
man, Pusha killed that shit.
I'm like,
Killed
yo, what's going on here? So you sent me that interview from his when he was at Hot 95, Hot 98. So I'm like, him saying what he's saying, I kind of put together my own theory of what happened with this song. Now, what happened with this song, in my opinion, he says he got Wayne verse first, got Pusha's verse second. In my opinion, this is what happened. The Young Money camp, I'm gonna just say Young Money, period. Drake, Wayne, all of them. They heard the verse. They was like, nah, it's either us or him.
You think Wayne heard Pusha verse?
Yeah. It had to be a reason why this verse was pulled.
I feel like Ross heard the verse and was like, nah, I ain't gonna put it on there.
Either that too. So either way, some politics were involved in this. Now, if you listen to Pusha's verse, obviously he's still with the shits. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like the Miami rental car line. It was it's many layers to his verse. So nah, he went in. He went in on his verse. So, from my opinion, if I'm rocking to this shit, I'm like,
he probably don't even want that thought to get out there, so he probably just
So it's like,
that's what I was thinking. But it's like, he's still with it, but Drake was still with it too when he talked about it on when he had the line on Murder.
Yeah, all niggas got hot for telling on me.
Yeah.
Like, so obviously niggas is still with
niggas
this
words is not matching they not matching their actions. Like,
Like you was telling me, Pusha T, and I peeped this too. He has been saying he don't consider this shit real beef because he don't consider them.
no, he don't apply street rules to
Yeah,
the rap
he
game.
don't apply. He don't apply to like the street shit to them because he don't feel like they really like that. So he says this is like just competitive
Yeah,
sparring.
But my thing is like if it's competitive sparring, then why niggas can't get together? Like it's something that, and he's been consistent on that point. Like pre Daytona, after Daytona, like when he was on Budden podcast when he was talking about it, and it was like, okay, so if it's competitive sparring, then why y'all niggas can't link up? Like, what's the issue? Like, at the end of the day, bro, like,
I just don't think the nigga trying to squash nothing, man. I don't think Pusha T trying to squash none of this
so
shit.
you don't think it's really competitive sparring with him?
I think it's might be deeper than rap.
That's how I look at it.
Like he's saying, like
You saying one thing, but
that's what I'm
your
saying. He's
action is
saying
different.
one thing, but it's obvious some shit that we don't know. You know what I'm saying? Or it's like maybe how shit transpired. Maybe Red pushed it the wrong way as far as like what happened after the Adidon shit. As
But
far
like
as
he kind of, besides the story you added on and all that shit, like he always been kind of like downplaying his issues with Baby, like that whole camp period. Like so, like I remember when Exodus 23 1 dropped and he was on Flex and he was saying verbatim, like, I never knew a song that didn't name drop anything have all this attention. Like, he was like, yeah, but you said this, and
Right.
like, well, I'm signed to Kanye, who signed under this and that. Like, basically
Right.
trying to like deflect.
we basically trying to say how does my words weigh so much in this grand scheme of things. And I get his angle with that, but at the same time, like you gotta understand, like you're Pusha T at the end of the day.
Yeah,
What you
and it's
say,
like-
what you say weighs.
That's what I'm saying. So like even with even so like I remember when Joe was talking to him about it, he's like, well, I remember when I was rapping, like there's a few niggas who was top dogs and I went straight at their head. That don't mean I
Right.
love them any less. It's just like, let's go for bar. And that's what Pusha was like, yeah, with me it's like it's no more than, it's just rap shit. Like he say he see these niggas in public all the time. Like I remember when he was on before Daytona dropped and he was on when Charlemagne asked somebody, he's like, so what's your issue with Baby and Wayne? He's like, dawg, like that shit's so old. Like I see these niggas in airports. I see them. It's nothing. I just seen Baby. We was all in the elevator and he was like, Baby was like, what's bracking? I'm like, what's bracking? He's like, you good? I'm like, yeah. He's like, I be by myself and like it's never nothing. So my whole thing is why it's one or the other. So
I didn't know that. Now
yeah, he said that. Yeah, he said he's like them niggas was in the elevator and Baby was with his camp and Pusha Rodolo. So
Right.
he was like, I was by myself and he was like, what's bracking? I was like, what's bracking? Like, you good? And he was like, yeah, I'm good. That's what he said. And he was like, it don't be no issue. So my whole thing is like, all right, dog, like, so like, there's no reason why we should have to get on Audio Mac to listen to no verse from a song. Like,
but even when saying that, obviously,
if Ross is able to say that he can come together and make a song with 50, like Drake, Pusha, and Wayne and Bane, all of them should be able to come together and do a song because they really had real beef.
right?
That was real beef. This
right,
shit
but
right here ain't real beef.
Even that, because Pusha said he cleared his verse. Him and his camp said they cleared the verse. Like
He said Wayne and them can't clear the verse.
so, it was a decision out of either one of their hands at that point. If both of their camps saying that they cleared their verses, and one verse not on the song, and supposedly both of these verses were cleared, that I gotta put that on Ross. Ross
Yeah,
heard.
that's why he said I
Yeah.
take the charge for that.
Yeah, he said I'll take the charge. Like he probably jumped the gun on this shit as far as like announcing it. So now we was expecting it. So it's different. It'd have been different if Ross never got on Instagram like, yo, I'm putting them boy on
Teasing
Maybach.
it.
Yeah, I would. Right. So are we gonna shoot Ross some bail for that, or do we hold Ross accountable?
To this one because like you're not giving us good music. I'm not saying I wasn't good, but you're not giving us
Right,
the
that
full
moment,
potential.
that moment that
you're not giving us that moment, like dog. Like
If you
keep this verse on.
if you say
You know what? I had an inkling. I don't know why. I had an inkling that one of the two wasn't going to be on that song, but I didn't want to believe it.
I went into it with positivity. I was
You
like,
saying?
you know what?
Like, yeah,
this
but
gonna happen.
something in me said, you know what, both of these dudes ain't gonna be on this album.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like, then with him with the whole ... on the track list
Yeah.
after the you see what I'm saying? Like it was
That's
kind of
when I
like,
knew
bro, like
it was
you
kind of like
playing,
that was the
yeah.
first red flag. I was like, maybe you still trying to do some behind the scenes shit. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe he's still trying to iron it out, and then we get to, you know, the release, and then it didn't happen, and now we got all of this going on, and then you got both sides saying they cleared their verses. So you know what Ross saying he take the charge for. I can't really slander him for that. You know he took accountability for it. So overall, I just wanted both these niggas to be on a song. Like you said, if Ross saying he can collab with 50 Cent, if 50 Cent held value towards music, he's still kind of knocking him and saying that. But if he's still open to the idea, so I mean, you have both of these dudes saying they cleared their verses. Obviously, something didn't sit right with you in doing it. So
whatever it is, I just want these niggas to make good music, and like even if like Pusha and Drake and all of them don't get on a song together, like that's cool too. But like if you're gonna have niggas on a song together, put the record out.
yeah, put the song out, man.
Just put the record out, and if niggas want to go head to head on some
That's-
battling
that's-
sparring shit, that's cool.
yeah, that's
but
outta-
don't try
yeah.
to make it like no beef when it really ain't no real beef like that. You see what I'm saying? If you telling me on one end that that's the way it get confusing, because Pusha also say I don't play both sides. You see what I'm saying? So like when Drake when he was talking to me, he was like, well, Drake's at the studio, I can't be there because I don't play neutral. But then you say it's competitive sparring, so which one is it? Like which is it? Like are you really not fucking with dude, or is it just competitive sparring? Because it can't be both. Because you're not gonna competitive spar with somebody that you really don't fuck with. It don't work like that.
Right, you just not even gonna have no words.
You're just not gonna have no words for him. So which one is it? Like you saying you don't play neutral, but then you say, oh, it's just competitive spar because I don't believe nothing. Like, because this ain't the street. So like that's what I'm saying. Like this whole shit is getting like weird now. It's like at this point, dog, either scrap or just shut up. That go from both parties. That's how I look at it. Like y'all niggas still throwing these subs. Like if y'all really ain't got no problems, then just shut the fuck up, man. Like.
Yeah, honestly,
Or make music together. One of the two.
this shit should have been dead last year. Honestly, like
Yeah.
after niggas wasn't going to come back to the Adidon shit, that shit should have just been it. Like niggas there shouldn't have been no more.
Yeah, Drake shouldn't even have went on the shot with the shit.
Yeah,
None of that.
there
None
shouldn't
of
have
that.
been no more
Yeah.
like subliminals thrown about the shit, and we probably wouldn't even have been here right now. So, you know, overall, you know, niggas.
If
like you
there's
said,
no
man,
story added on in Duppy Freestyle last year, like Pusha is on this song on the album.
right? No, period. Yeah,
Yeah.
for real. Yeah, you're right. So overall, the Ross album, like you said, I don't think I'm not gonna put this like as his best works, but this is definitely a very good album to me. Shout out to Ross for continuing a legacy of having one of the best discographies in rap. Port of Miami too, man. I saw people saying like they don't understand the cover. Like, just go look at the first Port of Miami cover, man. Like, it's not hard. So, you know, shout out to Ross, man. Moving on. We got let's get to some sports, man. Some sports talk before we get up out of here, man. Let's talk about Antonio Brown, man. I can't defend my boy no more, man. And that's my dog, but it's a lot going on with AB, man.
Yeah, this nigga threatened to sue the NFL if he got any
He's threatening
head
to retire.
injuries. He's starting to retire if he don't get to wear his old helmet, which is banned from the NFL for safety precautions. But he's saying a new helmet like impedes his vision to catch the ball or some shit like that.
He's saying it cut off his peripheral.
Yeah, so I'm like, all right, man, like.
I mean, I understand.
At this point,
I understand that point, but you still.
And John Gruden is doing a great job of downplaying all this, by the way. Like, he's saying he's supporting AB all the way, and like, you know, there's no issues. So yeah, man, I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie. When you sent me that thread, that breaking news thread with like that with all of the breakdown of the whole.
Yeah, the whole story.
Like I had to read it, and I was like, yo, like. When I first read it, I was like, you know what? I can't really shoot bruh no bail. I still feel like that. However, when I really like the past couple of days, I just been trying to like, you know, take it in for what it is. I honestly feel like it's something more to this to the cryogenic like the deep freeze. I think it's more to his freezer, his feet, because like it's no way like.
Yeah, he got into the tank without the proper footwear.
He got into the tank. He got into the cryogenic treatment tank without the proper footwear, which is beyond me. Like I don't know nobody who even play with their feet like that. Especially when you make your money off your feet. You know what I'm saying? So like when I'm looking at it, you know, he was just on the internet. I mean on that the interview, and he was like, I got over 50 M's secured. I'm not losing in no way. And then you finagle another guaranteed contract where you got at least 30 mil guaranteed.
Got his $19 million signing bonus.
Got this $19 million signing bonus.
You know, if he is to retire, he had to get that shit back.
That's what I'm saying. So when I started,
he ain't retired.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm not really buying the retirement thing because I know AB. You know what I'm saying? AB. He wants to win. He wants to play.
He's
but
about his money.
He's about his. Because
they say like it's so crazy that they talking about like how he be in the meetings. He don't really be engaged. Like he be checking like his accounts.
He checking his
looking at his money.
Yeah, looking at his money and shit like that. So like when I'm hearing shit
be
like
on
that,
Instagram liking pictures and shit.
I'm like I can't really. I don't think the retirement shit is foolproof. I really feel like he don't want to divulge too much information about his feet. I really feel like it's more
an excuse.
I think he's trying to buy time. I think he knows that he might be able to. He might be looking to miss some time.
Did you see the first episode of Hard Knocks?
No.
So like his trainer was trying to tell him to slow down as far as like getting back right, as far as when he's running.
Delaying his
because he's running, and it's just like it might not seem like you're running fast, but I want you to slow down. Like you don't really want to put too much like pressure, like with him having the frostbite or whatever. Right. So. I mean, that's not to say, like, AB is a great player. He's a great worker. He just don't got it all right upstairs, man. Like, I don't know what this dude be having going on, man. Like, he too great of a talent to be, like, having all this shit, like, going on. You see what I'm saying? It just gives people more reason to bring up the shit in Pittsburgh, like, how the shit really went out. Like, more reason to point the finger at him versus Ben. You see him, like, because it's like, when you think of anybody who might have a safety issue in the NFL, but it's not, like, but your reason is because it messing up your peripheral.
Yeah, once I heard
every team has the helmet, bruh.
And then like how it broke down at training camp where it was like he spoke.
Why no other receivers are talking about this?
Exactly, like if I'm not mistaken, I did see some other players speaking out about the helmets, but they didn't take it to the extent that he's taking it to. So like when I'm hearing about like how he came to training camp, right? They broke down the situation with the helmet. Apparently, there was no issue. Then you come a day or two later with your old helmet painted Raiders colors. Like it's like what's going on?
Oh yeah. The helmet that's not supposed to be used
like
no more.
Like they've just told
and
you.
The old helmet is not up to date with the safety.
Yeah, it's not. It's
standard.
It's out of date. It's out of date. Bro.
And the NFL has been taking steps to. And I remember because John Gruden said at the beginning of Hard Knocks, he was like, "Hey, these practices are different now, so we're gonna get in the morning. We're gonna get this shit done because." Back then, we used to do 2 practices in 2 a days. Yeah, and I remember that. Like, when training camp used to roll around, some 2 a days would be in the morning.
Right.
Or some 2 a days would be in the afternoon. You know what I'm saying? So, or they might split it. You'll have 1 practice in the morning, or you have 1 in the afternoon.
Right.
Either way, you was having 2 practices a day. So, it's like, they're taking the steps necessary to make the game safer. So, like, I'm not mad at the NFL for banning an old helmet that didn't meet the test requirements for collision safety. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I'm not understanding.
If the helmet is banned, bro, then wear the new helmet. You know what I'm saying? Or take bars off. Like, do something.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can do something.
Modify the helmet.
See if you can modify the face mask to help with your vision. But
my thing is this. That's why I'm saying because I'm looking at it. I'm looking at all the guaranteed money that's on the table for AB. I can't buy the retirement shit. So now I'm looking.
But they pulled up an old interview in March, and I remember he was like, "Yeah, I'm completely fine walking away from football. Like if I have to." He did say that too.
Yeah, he did say that too. So. I mean, but at the same time, I'm still looking at it from the injury. I always go to injuries first. So, like, when you got shit like this happening, I'm looking at the injury. So, is he trying to buy time for this injury? Because he hasn't really spoken about this injury. Like, I haven't seen him speak personally about it. I've only seen press speak about his injury. So, is he trying to buy time for this injury. So, because he knows he might be facing, like, looking at some time off of helping the team. Like, it's a toss-up situation with this shit, man. Like, for real. Like, I'm confused.
Bro, like, this shit just getting more weird and weird every day. Like, I just want to see the nigga play.
Yeah, me too, personally. Like, if you got to miss some time, just say you got to miss some time. Like, don't do all this other shit because now you just, like, I don't know, like, his interactions with the team, but from the outside looking in, like, I don't know how this affecting his relationship with the locker room. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, what's really going on, AB? I just want, like you said, I just want to see the nigga play, man. Like,
It just seems like it's always something.
I don't
like,
really care about all this other shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I had your back with the Pittsburgh shit because they was moving funny with you and Le'Veon. Like, I didn't really like how Ryan Clark tried to say niggas shouldn't pay you because I still feel like that. Honestly,
yeah, I wouldn't have said that.
I wouldn't have said that personally, but I do kind of see what Ryan was talking about. Like when I'm looking at like his trend of behavior. So it's like I still wouldn't have said the whole don't pay this man shit. Me personally, I just feel like as a man, I'm not gonna tell somebody else. I'm not gonna try to, like, you know, stop another nigga from getting paid. I don't care how I feel about the nigga. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I still wouldn't have said the money shit, but I kind of do see, like, you text me, it's like, damn, Ryan Clark was actually kind of right.
Yeah,
And
I still wouldn't have said the shit publicly.
I still wouldn't have said that shit publicly, but I do see his angle. You know what I'm saying? So, like, looking at this whole shit, man, like, something need to be resolved from this shit, like, quick.
I just want to see the nigga play, man.
Yeah,
That's
like,
it.
I don't really...
It gets to the point, like, now it's just, like, you making up shit, bro. Like, the helmet shit is the most pettiest thing that you can bring up, bro.
And if you're trying to buy time, like, you know, like, you're above all these antics, my nigga. Like, just say
for
what
you
it
to
is.
for you to come that far, like, being a 6th round pick, and you know, like,
now you 9 years in, it's like, come on, dog. Like, you one of the most accomplished wide receivers.
That's what I'm saying, like, dog, like, you getting up there. You see what I'm saying? Like, you 31 now, like, you starting to hit, like, you on the backside now.
Yeah.
So, like, you can still be very productive, bro. Like, you still regarded, like, they just had him number 4 on the top 100 list. Like, you've been consistent in being top 10.
He's a workhorse.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you're a workhorse. Your work ethic is, but it's just like the extra shit is like, it's like unnecessary. It's unnecessary, bro. Like, when I saw this thing talking about threatening to retire, I'm like, this thing ain't about to retire, fam.
He gonna ride that. He gonna ride that Oakland shit out now. That's too much money on the table.
You at least gonna play 1 year.
That's
dog.
too much
like,
money on the table.
Helmet or not, you playing.
Yeah, like, that's too much table. That's too much money for a 31-year-old to walk away from. 30 M's guaranteed. Like, that's just too much. Personally, that's me personally.
You just got the new 3-year extension.
You just got it.
so
Like, that's just, you know, I just can't get with the whole retirement.
and that's the thing
shit.
because his last contract with Pittsburgh wasn't guaranteed.
No, it wasn't.
He had to play every game to
Yeah.
get every like dime. So like, and that's I don't know how he fucked up signing that contract with Pittsburgh anyway without having no guarantees. But that's another reason why when he got traded, he wanted to make sure he had guaranteed money. He got it. You got everything you wanted, and it just seemed like AB ain't really 100% comfortable. Like, I don't know. I just don't know.
There's gotta be more to that situation, man. But moving forward, man, while we still on football, we're gonna take it down a notch to college football. Talk about Dabo Sweeney's whole ass.
Yeah, so Dabo Sweeney came out and said Kelly Bryant won't be receiving the championship ring because he wasn't there, even though he started the first 4 games of the season. So, am I surprised? No.
That's classless, man. Like, I feel like if you was going to say
Dabo was the same one who said that players shouldn't, kneel because it's a distraction and you got to think about your team first. And so I'm not surprised about this coming, but this is like low-level pettiness,
if he felt
bro.
like this, he just shouldn't have said nothing at
because
all.
I guarantee Kelly Bryant got a ring when Deshaun Watson won the championship. So where was the issue then? So what's the problem?
It's just
that man played 4 games. He should get he was
contributed to that season.
He contributed to that season regardless if he wasn't there. Like, dog, he still started 4 games that season. Like, that man should be a part of that championship team. Like, I ain't gonna shit on that man like that.
That's just the thing to do in sports. Like,
When
that's-
players get traded in the NBA, they still get it. Like Verjao,
I just was about to say that.
like,
Verjao got
he
his
still
ring.
got a ring from
Like-
the Cavs and the Warriors when he got traded, like in between them 2 seasons.
And
So
he, and both teams loved him. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So it's like, I just don't understand,
it's
like,
just being
you know,
petty, bro.
Yeah,
like
it's
I
no
think it's
class.
just more dabble. No class.
it's no class, bro. It's like,
It's like when these coaches get their rings, they start smelling
yeah,
their
they
ass,
start
bro.
smelling their ass. Like this, and Nick Saban do the same shit. It's like, as soon,
Yeah, because I remember there was a player that he wouldn't let go.
yeah, he wouldn't let him transfer. And I'm like,
Let the
that's-
man. If he's not gonna start, then let the man go.
It's another comment that they be saying. I be like, bro, like y'all just, like you said, like y'all really smelling yourself, man. Like I get it. Like y'all are accomplished coaches. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all have earned a level of respect within, you know, coaching and sports period. But it's like, you know, at the end of the day, you still have to carry yourself with a class. You're a leader at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
That's not how you lead by example at all.
Facts.
So it's like, you know,
But as long
It's
as they
cool.
get,
It's
as
cool,
they get
yeah.
them rings.
it's cool when you want to get your rings and you want to dance with.
Oh,
these-
don't
with
let
these-
them win back to back.
Oh yeah, when
If you went back to back, you can't tell Dabo shit.
you want to do these dances with us and you want to do all this other shit and, you know, entertain, and it's cool, but then you want to try to shit on these players, and it's like, I can't allow that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, that's when it get weird to me. Like, it's cool when
Corny, like Kelly Bryant didn't actually get benched. You took the man out.
it's like, it's cool when niggas
So why would it-
producing and doing all this other shit, but as soon as, you know,
Talking
They
about
not-
he went there. That man played. That man started 4 games for y'all before you pulled that man. And what are we even talking about?
I don't get it, man. That's
He's
niggas-
with Missouri now too.
Yeah, that's niggas, man. So, you know, it is what it is.
Jalen Hurts with Oklahoma.
Yeah, he with Oklahoma. I hope Kelly Bryant do pretty good with Missouri. You know, hopefully he uses as motivation. You know, man's trying to shit on you or whatever. Like, that's the only way I would take it. You know, take it as motivation and use it as fuel, and have a good season. Hopefully, stay injury free. Again, this is no class to me.
I
man.
really got no expectations for college football. My nose suck. We ain't
What?
got
How
no
y'all
O-line.
ain't get no good recruits in them?
I mean, we get running backs all the time, but
Yeah,
it's like
y'all
that
be-
O line and D line, bro. That shit gotta be established for you to be successful. It's like them boys just soft. Like that's just it. They soft and ain't got no fundamentals. And like I put the fundamentals on the coaching, but like it start with the player. Like I think a lot
You
of the
gotta have
times
a
when you
good
get
player
them,
too.
yeah, when you get them 4 or 5 star recruits, like at certain schools, they feel like they like prima donnas. They ain't really gotta put in too much work. It was like, nah, dog. Like there's
Need
other 4 or
dogs.
5 star recruits at other schools, like who are gonna come at your neck.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So you got to work twice as hard. And it's just like with my team, bro, like
So you saying certain niggas when they come, they be 4 and 5 stars.
you can
they-
tell by they play.
Yeah, they get,
you can
they
tell,
Get,
like-
they get to like a Florida, they get to FSU, and it's like, oh, I made it, kind of.
Yeah, and you can tell by they play on the field. Like they don't put like the effort is not there
Right.
to keep running after certain plays.
No, I
or,
get what
like
you're
give,
saying. Yeah. They
it's
don't,
like, bro,
they-
like just
But that comes down. They weren't really dogs to begin with. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can't teach a nigga to be a dog.
no, you can't.
He's either he got it in him or he don't.
Mhm.
So it's like you're right. Like when people get like that, they get placed in a certain position. It's like, oh, I'm here now. So they don't really exert that much effort. So I get what you're saying.
Yeah, man, but I'm looking forward to a lot of shit coming up, man. Dog, ATL needs to come back. I know that's a crazy switch, but ATL.
2020, they
But they just renewed for season 4. They ain't give us 3 yet.
yeah, I was saying they say it's coming. The show's coming back 2020 from what they say.
That's a great fucking show, man.
Yeah, I wanted that show this year, so we gonna get ATL and Insecure next year
Oh, that shit whack. Power's supposed to be coming back, right?
in a couple weeks. Oh, before we get out of here, man, did you see Future Hive get Lizzo out the paint?
Man, I completely forgot that shit. So Lizzo had made a tweet about how like I don't understand how people can recognize Sway Lee and Future
As rappers,
as rappers when we all do the same, basically on
it
some
was like
hating shit.
how they don't want to put me as a rapper when you got artists like Sway Lee and Future,
Mhm.
and then I forget that I have the number 4
Song in the
nation,
yeah in the nation.
and I just go back to my dream job. So
Then she backtracked, deleted it. It was like, oh, I love. Nah,
I love them while they block.
What you said is what you felt.
So it's like, you know, of
Just
course,
keep your
when,
same energy,
of
man.
course, when the Future Hive, when Free Band Gang saw this, they immediately escorted her from the painted premises.
Yeah, y'all got her out of there
Oh.
quick. I saw that like 2 in the morning, like waking
Bro,
up out
I
my sleep.
rolled over and I was like, oh shit, they getting this girl out the paint, bruh. They was like, how dare you come for Future? You thought Sierra Hive was gonna be on you, was gonna be behind you. Now you looking goofy. I saw one. They was like, how you gonna come for Future? And they Photoshop Future with the Kevin Durant jersey with like he had like trophies in front of him, and then they Photoshop Lizzo with like 4 buckets of KFC by her. And I was like, all right, I was like, all right, like.
They even brought up an old tweet about how she wanted to
Do the mask up challenge, like
yeah.
I didn't know she plays the flute.
Yeah, she plays
So
the
like
flute.
they had her playing the flute and shit, doing a mask up, basically saying "Future, take me on tour, you please." And I was sitting there, was like, "Oh, you was a fan this whole time," like. And then it was like, poor Sway Lee, like Sway Lee had nothing to do with this. All Sway Lee do is
I ain't
sing.
never hear that nigga talk about nobody.
All he do is sing and cheat on this girl, and he got brought into this shit. And I was like, "Damn, you right."
I feel like Future's what Meek was like 2013 ish to 15 ish, 16 ish, like just the punching bag.
Is he a punching bag? Because niggas wasn't riding for Meek back then.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about outside his fans. I'm just talking about like he's always a target when nobody's talking about him.
When the Meek shit, it was like niggas was trying to go hard on Meek, but
Yeah.
Meek ain't had like a hive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's actually like I say I'm Future Hive, but I don't.
When
go,
I say punching bag, it's like
yeah,
okay,
I get what you're saying. Like they
every time Russell Wilson is at a practice and
they
their
use
kids
that
are in the
jab,
shot,
yeah.
they use it as a jab.
Yeah.
Even though somebody might be under the tweet, if it go viral, they be like it was just a joke. But it's just like that same running.
It's gonna take off.
It's
like,
the same running theme. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, come on, dog. Like,
Yeah,
it seemed like he's always the go-to now when it comes to a joke.
Yeah, but they wasn't playing with Lizzo, bro. They got her out the paint. They was like, I saw one nigga tweet. They was like, yeah, Lizzo was definitely asked to leave the club before Future came in there. I was like, oh shit.
And
like,
that shit just happened too.
That
happened this year, right?
That happened like in March, April.
Mm-hmm.
That happened right when Wizard came out. So yeah.
That shit is hilarious, bro.
When I saw that tweet, I was like, oh shit, niggas not playing with this girl, bro.
Niggas need to leave that man alone, bro. Like,
Leave that man alone, cause that nigga fans do not play, bro.
it's like you shitting on somebody else is not gonna help your cause.
Right,
Neither.
like,
Why you even bring this man name up?
And on some real shit, like, why are you even trying to be? Why are you so like stuck on trying to be classified as a rapper? Like, when I listen to her music, she kind of transcend. Like her music, not even like it got.
I only know that one big song that she performed.
But that's would you say that's? Would you say that's a rap song? That Truth Hurt song would that even be a rap song? Like when I saw the tweet, I was like, you know what? Let me like skim some of shit so I can see where she's coming from. And I skimmed through her shit, and I'm like, she don't rap. Like I wouldn't say it's rap.
Mm.
She just did a feature with Missy Elliott. She just dropped her video for
Right.
I forgot the name of the song, but she always wanted to like collab with Missy Elliott and stuff like that. Missy Elliott is rapping on it.
But she not.
I wouldn't call her a full-fledged rapper. I don't know. I think she do a combination of a lot,
But
I think
it's-
she's singing way more.
That's what I'm saying. She sings even when she's like rapping, it's like singing.
It's more serious.
So I'm like,
So that kind of is like the Missy Elliott type. I can understand how you can make that.
but Missy was actually like doing beats and like she had songs where she just straight rap.
She had a script, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like I haven't heard a song with Lizzo just rapping.
Right.
So it's
That
like,
shit was hilarious though.
yeah, like niggas got her out of the.
I'm getting y'all niggas out the paint too for that Popeye chicken sandwich. I had that shit yesterday and it's not what y'all hyped that shit up to be.
Nigga, you're bugging. You
Dog, that shit is good, but it's not like niggas is doing too much with the get the Chick-fil-A out of here shit.
Oh,
Like,
I
nah,
ain't
y'all
saying get
niggas.
Chick-fil-A out of here.
That's what y'all was saying yesterday.
No, I said it's kind of edging out Chick-fil-A. Like that
nah,
sandwich.
bro, that sandwich is not what y'all niggas was
Bruh.
doing the most
Bro,
yesterday.
the Popeye's chicken sandwich is elite, bro.
No, VP.
I got it.
No, it's not.
Shit, I got Boss Carbetti over Chick-fil-A.
You had the Bojangles, the Bojangles chicken
I haven't tried their chicken sandwich.
It's amazing.
I'm gonna try that.
I'll try it on the way home.
We getting into a new realm now. We in chicken sandwich wars. Have you had Boxcar Betty's yet?
I haven't had Boxcar Betty's,
All right, now
but there's not many of them around here.
it's one in West Ashley and there's one on Rivers by Moe's.
One on Rivers by Moe's.
Mhm.
Moe's on Rivers where at?
But across from the mall.
Where
West Ashley,
Applebee's used to be
yeah,
at?
Yeah,
Oh, it's over there?
yeah.
It's a drive-through or just a regular restaurant?
We can walk in there.
Boxcar Betty's. I'm gonna try that shit. But the Popeye sandwich, I just seen a nigga tweet from SpongeBob, the scene where the dude tried the Krabby Patty sandwich. Talk about me when I first
On the
had
phone?
the. Yeah, like, dog, y'all doing too much, dog. That shit ain't like that now.
Bruh.
I had it yesterday.
Right, I had the spice one for the first time yesterday. I had the regular
Dog,
one a couple of days ago.
Dog, the spicy chicken sandwich for Chick-fil-A is damn near perfect, bruh.
Now I'll say this.
That's a fact. Like, you can't compare the two.
The Chick-fil-A spicy chicken sandwich is better than Popeye's spicy chicken
Okay.
sandwich. The regular one, I don't know what type of whatever they put on that regular Popeye's chicken sandwich, but that shit is amazing.
So it's getting Chick-fil-A out the paint.
I got it. If I got Chick-fil-A's regular chicken sandwich right here, I got Popeye's one right here, bruh.
Yeah, but then you got the spicy one
But
here,
I got. But listen, I got Boxcar Betty with both of them shit, and I love Boxcar Betty chicken sandwich.
They got a special sauce they put on their shit too.
No, it's like a coleslaw that they put on there, but you don't have to get it with that. But
They put the coleslaw on the chicken sandwich.
it sound crazy, but the shit good.
Nah, I ain't fucking with that.
You don't have to get it on there though. Try it plain, like just try it. Period. Like the shit good, bro.
So the chicken by itself is good.
Yeah, that chicken amazing.
You the only nigga I know like coleslaw, dog. That shit is crazy.
I'm not the only nigga you know like coleslaw.
Who else
bro.
like coleslaw?
It's a lot of niggas like coleslaw, bro. Honestly, good.
I said nigga that I know.
Oh, all right. Good coleslaw. Good coleslaw is good. So I'm not gonna knock people for when they slander coleslaw because I was there at one point. Good coleslaw is elite coleslaw.
That should
But-
be there when the world end with roaches
But
and
bad
styrofoam.
coleslaw make you not want coleslaw. Period. So I get what you're saying. But
Like, come on, that shit ain't made you do that.
that regular one was fire, bro.
That shit ain't made you do that.
That shit was funny. That was funny though. I ain't gonna lie. Speaking of SpongeBob, man, shout out to SpongeBob for the Nike collab that dropped this week.
Yo, so yeah, what was it? I saw some was it all Kyrie's?
Yeah, Kyrie. It was 2 Kyries and I think it was 2 Kyrie lows.
Let me see. Let me go to Z sneakers.
I just saw Bronny had the Patrick and the SpongeBob.
Okay,
one.
so yeah, this was the.
yeah, 2.
Are these
Kyrie-
KDs at the bottom?
No, those are low tops. So it's 3 Kyrie highs and the 2 lows. Those are the low top Kyries.
I seen the resale ain't
Bronny-
really high on the on gold. I mean, maybe it's just
It's not high. That's good shit.
$220 for a new pair.
That ain't bad. I just saw Bronny had those ones and the Patrick ones on. He had a mismatch on in the layup line. Bronny dunking now. Like Bronny like really dunking now.
Yeah, he been dunking for a minute. Kyrie 5.
So yeah, shout out to Kyrie, man, for the successful collab, man.
A little too sandy. That colorway is dope.
Yeah, that Sandy colorway dope. I like that.
You know some people who cop?
I think Scotty cop. I think because they came at the mall. I think Phil cop too, if I'm not mistaken. A few people.
It was in
cop.
the mall down here.
Yeah, they came at they was in Northwoods.
Yo, yeah, that cool gray release was subtle too, bro. So
Niggas trying to wait till niggas was probably trying to wait till the weekend started. Some shit probably gone now. But
Probably.
yeah, man. We got any shout outs before we get up out of here?
nah, just shout out to everybody who continue to listen to us on a weekly basis. You know, shout out to the YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes family, all 3 of y'all. However y'all listen. Shout out to y'all, man. Supporting.
Shout out to that. Make sure y'all follow the Instagram. Make sure you follow the Twitter page, WJTM_pod. Follow us respectively on Instagram, Always Mo and Old Mike Laurie. Follow us on YouTube, like he just said.
With 3 A's.
3 A's. Also, if you got any questions that y'all want to ask us, hashtag ask the messengers. You can hit us up on all our social medias like that. And that's it, man. So like we say every episode, if you hear anything on the show that gets you in your feelings, you feel some type of way, Always remember,
With just some messages.
we out.